Hey there guys, how you doing? So we're at that point now where we're in the moment of turning. So we said from the word go, since it's all kicked off about 2 months ago, that we know it's going to be three phases to this. And what we've got is this loop going on, And we've identified from the word go, there's going to be really, we caused it the chaos phase, didn't we? The chaos phase to start with. There's going to be this initial panic, this initial concern. We're in reactive state. We're reacting to the environment. So at that point, what we've done is we've implemented, quote, COVID strategies. So at this point, we've in, as we said, a phase of chaos, and we've been using COVID-19 strategies to get client appointments and the like. Now, we're about to, depending on where you are in the world, we're about to go into this second phase now. It's already started for some of you, or it's about to start for some of you, or you're in it now. Now, this second phase, this bounce back phase is probably going to have multiple parts to it as we go through. Probably multiple parts to it. And then we're going to get into, quote, the new normal. So life is back to being epic. Now the question is, what are we doing next? So this next phase, bounce back, is what we're about to go into now. So what we'll be releasing in terms of strategies are based on bounce back. Now, in terms of when we get into the new normal, this is going to be the biggest opportunity we've ever had. Your competitors will have been in a reactive state. Your competitors will not be set up. They'll not be ready to actually leverage, even exploit, if that's the right word to use, the opportunity that is at hand. So what we do now in these next 3 months here are going to be the platform for the next 3 years. So what we do in the next 3 months is going to be the platform for the next 3 years. So when we work to a 90-day plan, so we've just started a 90-day plan inside RMI as of yesterday. Ends August 23rd. So in this next 3 months, the plan is going to be a plan based on the following. So we've got our activate phase, where we're going to implement, test new strategies. Next phase is going to be a calibrate phase. So in here, it's going to be when we're testing these new strategies. So in the next 30 days, we'll be testing dozens of new strategies. And then when we look back across those 30 days, we'll take the primary winners. Then in the calibrate phase, days 30 to 60. So days 0 to 30, 60, 90. We'll take the primary winners and we're going to get these optimized. We're going to get them converting. Then in days 60 to 90, these are going to be the strategies that we accelerate. In your business, when you run through the similar, you'll implement a set of strategies, and we know what you do in week 1 won't be as good as what you do in week 3, etc. But what we're looking to do now is get a plan in place to get ourselves set up so bounce back becomes a win. But also know this, what we're putting in place now in these next 3 months is going to give you the foundation and the elevation for the next 3 years. So If we're in a reactive state, which your competitors probably will be, if we're in a reactive state, really, we're going to go into bounce back and not leverage the opportunity. So we just kickstarted a 90-day plan as of yesterday, breaking it into 4-week cycles. So we did the 4-week hedge 2 Mondays ago, if you've not seen that session. In terms of your business, the question is, what do we do next inside your business? Now, the reality is, there's only 2 parts to your business growth and sustainability. Very, very simple. So removing all the basic metrics that I'm going to ask for every time. But really, there's only 2 ways to actually scale your business. One is we increase conversion. 2 is we increase the volume. That's it. And your business is very simple. Your business is very simple. We've got 3 steps. We've got our leads. That's both client and candidate coming in. We've got a conversion step. So whether it be with the client conversion, whether it be candidate conversion, and we've got a delivery step. We deliver the candidate. That's it. That's recruitment. It's not tough. So in the front end of the lead side of things, the mechanics of what we're running right now, RRR, Maven strategy, CAS webinar, our LI campaigns, our authority strategies like podcast pitcher, getting number 1 on iTunes, or automated nurturing. All these strategies are the mechanics. These are the mechanics. So what do we do next in your business? Well, the mechanics stay the same. What changes now is the message. So the message changes from the chaos phase and our messaging, and our message now moves into the bounce back and into the new normal phase. So the only thing that changes is our messaging. So for those of you who started running your webinars and getting, whether it be the Maven webinar, whether it be the lazy conversion webinar, whether it be the sales webinar, whether it be the automated webinar, the mechanics you've got running. All we need to do now is change the message. In terms of conversion, so in your business, conversion. So when we've got a process in your business, and let's say, for example, we bring in X amount of leads, we bring in 100 leads, we bring in 100 appointments, whatever the number might be, then we get through to conversion. What's actually happened in your business is we've got this inbound going on. If you break your business timeline down, so we've got cost, but also revenue, and we've got our timeline. If we break your business down into a similar model, and we've got our leads coming in, then we got conversion, then we got delivery. So leads coming in, we get our inbound client and candidates in our inbox, in our diary. Next is we got a conversion set of points. So if you're using the CAS, it's not uncommon to get 100% conversion with that. But what's happened here is you're closer to getting your revenue, actually getting paid, but your cost has actually gone up. So if, for example, you spent your figure for a year is $1 million, that means 8 hours per day. Your cost is £500 per hour for you. So you've spent 5 hours on that client, nurturing that client. It's cost you £2,500 at the point of conversion. There's a cost. Then as we get into delivery, delivering the candidate, again, we're closer to actually getting our revenue, but also your cost has gone up. So what we must always do is, we need to now go into bounce back, knowing, right, inner circles, 3 phases really. Now, yes, we've got 250 odd strategies. We're creating new strategies every single week. We've created new strategies for COVID. However, with the leads, the mechanics are the same. The messaging, we need to change. Now, there are going to be new strategies and new automations, but the basis of what you've applied so far is going to be replicated if you've done it. So the next phase is, we've got conversion. So the mechanics of conversion. So our CAS. So from a client side, our CAS, our triple CP. We launched that yesterday. If you didn't see that, our triple CP. So that's the essentially from when your contract is signed through to actually getting paid, that pathway. So we went through this yesterday. So how many times have you had contracts signed or the role's been agreed and the client goes missing? So yesterday we went through 15 strategies, 15 steps that you can ensure that doesn't happen or indeed preempt it. So the triple CP. We got our conversion modules inside the inner circle. So from a client side, again, the mechanics are the same. Conversion for the candidate side. So whether it be we use an online conversion, whether we use a filtering process, but again, from the candidate side, the mechanics are going to be very similar. Again, the messaging needs to change. In delivery of the candidate, the same processes. So we can use double R again. We can use our automation campaigns. We can use our multiple webinar campaigns times by 4, etc. So again, the same principles apply. So the actual simplicity of your business is leads, a conversion, and delivery. That is recruitment. That is search. It's not difficult. We complicate it. So as we get into this new phase now, what you're about to go through in the next 90 days is going to be setting you up for the next 3 years. The next 3 months sets up the next 3 years. So an acid test will be this. If you're doing the same daily activity today as you are in 3 months, you haven't got a business, you've got a job. You've got a job. So we need to ensure that we're getting ourselves set up, so we're getting a business in place. So when we talk about the one of the modules about growing a recruitment business and sustaining it, we build an asset in your business. We then leverage the asset. Then we scale. And often when a singular business owner that joined us doing less than $1 million, they get to $1 million, they'll say when they get to 7 figures, I want to go into a new niche. And I'll usually say no. I'll say let's just scale the existing niche. But the principle, build an asset, we leverage it and we scale. And in terms of a window, we're going to activate, calibrate, and accelerate. So what we'll be doing is we're implementing this ourselves inside inside our teams right now. We kick-started yesterday. And I'm going to be sharing inside the group, I'll be sharing what we're doing. I'm going to be taking you through what we're doing with full transparency. So you're seeing how our plan looks like and what we're putting in place, as well as giving you the strategies for your business. But just to get you really clear on this, as we go through this next phase now, deep breath, the mechanics are going to be very similar. There are going to be new strategies, but what needs to change 100%, we've got mechanics and we've got message. So Jonathan, on the hot seat last week before, Jonathan came on and it was epic, completely systemized his entire process for bringing on board candidates, getting client appointments, whole thing's automated, just turns up for the meeting, epic stuff. However, when he ran his first webinar, the webinar, bombed compared to where it should have really been. But the process was on point. But what he had incorrect was the message. So in his marketplace, so he's in New York, he deals with paid advertising. That's his niche. And those who work in that niche now, from a client side and a candidate side, they already work remotely a couple of days a week. So that the Maven webinar that we used and the webinar appointment funnel that we used was based on a topic of going remote during COVID. However, that's not an acute pain because they're already doing remote to a lesser extent. So what we are going to be spending focus on is making sure you've got your message on point. And that means your message in terms of leads. It means your message in terms of conversion. It means your message in terms of delivery. So for example, RRR, Maven, CAS, LI, PP, auto nurturing, triple CP, all of these are all going to be updated for this new phase. And, or, the testing we've been doing now is this model of back into the new normal. What worked pre-COVID is now working again. It's now working again. So with your messaging, if for example you're using the avatar campaign, so you've got the template. Mark, for example, got 80 appointments out of 500 leads sent out. You've got 80 appointments with clients you normally wouldn't get appointments with. So it's almost, what's that, just under 20%, 1 in 5. Completely cold, got 80 appointments. You know, it's outstanding, world class. However, if Mark was to run that campaign, the same campaign, avatar campaign, in a few weeks, there'll be a change of message. The actual framework that we create and the white paper we create on the back of those interviews, it'll be a different message. So be cognizant of where we are in the process. We're now in bounce back. So number one, what's coming next? What's coming next? Well, number one, we've got new strategies. New strategies. Number two, the messaging must change. If you overlook the messaging, so the session we did right at the start of COVID called the Crisis Accelerator, if you've not done that, I guarantee you your campaign's not working as well as those you see inside the group. 100%. If you're saying the campaign's not working, show me your Crisis Accelerator. Show me the campaign metrics that you've got. Because if you have done it, your message will be on point. So the message is going to be the key factor. And the message is going to be used at lead phase with both clients and candidates. It's going to be used at conversion phase with clients and candidates, and at delivery phase. So it's now really exciting times. It's exciting times. The world is now waking up. The world is now waking up. So we're in bounce back phase. We're just about to kickstart it. And again, there's probably be a couple of phases to this. However, now what we do in the next 3 months is going to set us up for the next 3 years. So we want to stick close to the money and get paid. Stick close to the money and get paid. But also, we want to be strategic. So if you know you're going to be in business, Andy, I'm going to be in business for the next 3 years. Andy, I'm going to be in business for the next 10 years. Or Andy, I want to sell within 3 years. Now is the time to ensure that you're thinking strategically. Thinking strategically. If you take the view of, I'm going to be in business for the next 20 years, it's to remove a little bit of pressure in terms of, I need everything now. However, my big thing is about we're creating businesses that are sustainable. So asset, we build the assets in your business. So the assets can be when you come in, it could be website, it could be LinkedIn strategy, it could be market mapping, it could be base authority, it could be initial campaigns, first 90-day campaigns. Then we leverage that asset. And that's what we start to do in days 30 to 60. And then what we do is we scale what we've created. So, guys, exciting times now. So, overarching message here is don't lose sight of the message. Can't stress that enough. So, just to recap, inside the group, there's the mechanics are going to be pretty similar. Good news. Number one. Number two, there's new strategies coming. Number three, the message is absolutely on point. So if you're using an avatar, say for example, you use the avatar template that was getting client appointments left, right, and centre. Look at where we are now as of you sending out that template, does the opening need to change slightly? Just make sure you're clear about what you're sending out, and you're being cognizant of right where we are right now. And then in the next 90 days, during bounce back, we're going to be releasing new strategies. But in the ownership of your business, be clear on right lead phase. What's going out? What am I posting? What's going out through automation? Conversion, same principle. Strongly recommend you to watch the triple CP, the client contract, the close pathway we went through yesterday. Strongly recommend you to watch this, where we've laid out strategies to ensure that if your client goes missing, you overcome it. And indeed, we start to preempt it. So guys, with that said, game time, exciting. So bounce back is in the process of starting. And now it's about getting yourself set up for these next 3 months are going to be a massive lift and direction for the next 3 years. See you on the inside, guys. Speak soon.